everyone, welcome back to my channel today I wanted to get into discussing kind of how fall represents a period of reflection in our lives, and I want to do a video like this each season. So the winter season, New Year season, spring, summer, and now we just got into fall, and there's just a lot of thoughts I wanted to share about kind of the cyclical journey that we all experience each year, and how the seasons can reflect what's going on inside of us as well, and how we can embrace just the natural progression of the seasons into bettering our lives. So as we all know, summer is always a time of just busyness, lots of things going on. Almost every weekend is booked. We have lots of different, exciting things to look forward to, exciting adventures that we just accomplished. And then I always feel a bit nostalgic when we transition into this fall period. The weather is changing. It's not hot and humid anymore. We're feeling that crisp, cold air. We see the leaves start to fall. And in a way, it feels super refreshing, but also, like I said, this tinge of nostalgic. And I feel like that nostalgia, is that a word, nostalgism? I don't think so. But I feel like that feeling comes from we're kind of mourning the loss of all the adventures in our summer. And that can lead people to be feeling kind of sad and like they're giving up on something, leaving a good part of their lives. But at the same time, fall, I think, is a perfect time for us to reflect on all the adventures we just had. It's a time where we can really analyze how we interacted with the world, how we are interacting with the world every day, and kind of set intentions and reflect going to end out the year. There's many holidays that fall in, November, Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, all the other holidays that surround that. So it's a very family-oriented and just kind of slowing back down. We kind of speed up during the summer months, and fall's a time for us to slow back down, get in touch with what we want, get in touch with our intentions, what we want to bring out into this world. I mentioned this in a lot of my videos, but it seems like sometimes we're just so driven, this is what's happening. We're always looking forward to something else, and that's good. That means that we're progressing and we have goals. But especially nowadays in like the fall season and everything like that, I think we can really take that to heart and slow down, embrace, reflect on what we did. A lot of times we're just doing stuff without even thinking about why we're doing it, how we felt during it. So really on these colder days, as it's getting darker earlier, we're spending more time inside, kind of cuddled up on the TV or lighting candles. I really feel like you have to take time to set the mood for yourself to relax and set the stage for yourself to reflect, because it's not just going to happen automatically. You have to allow yourself to be in the headspace that will prompt those thoughts and those feelings to surface. That's why I'm such a huge proponent in kind of decorating your space and decor in a way that's meaningful and kind of setting the attitude that you want to have throughout the season. That includes for me like having incense, having autumnal colors, making it very cozy. So that way I know my headspace can be in that reflective and kind of, settling back down phase of the season. Because I really think the 4 seasons represent, a transition of our growth throughout the year. Just touching a little bit into it without getting each season specific. But, like the spring season, and after New Year's, we set all these intentions, these goals. We're all fired up. Summer, we kind of live out those goals and, really just embrace life in very, actionable things. We're doing this, doing that, let's do this, that very let's go out and get it mindset. And then I think fall, we can settle back into that rhythm of, okay, what did I do? How can I move forward into this next year? And another part of me, it's funny because seasons and, a year is totally arbitrary in a way. We count time. But also in a way, it's totally scientific. A year and seasons are based off of science. They're based off of how the earth turns, how the sun, is the center of our solar system, and how that affects our periods of time. So I really think embracing the seasons with this kind of mental clarity and mental exercise kind of makes us closer to the nature and the cyclical things that we experience through that. I think one thing as humans nowadays, we still have to keep in touch with the natural progression of things. Even though it might seem that we live in a technological world, we still need to embrace our natural cycles, our natural Earth's responses to things. And that means, taking this period to reflect on what we just happened in our lives. And I really think it could be a place, even though it's kind of forced upon us, like, I always feel like if I could, I would want to live all the time in summer, because it's just such a, like, the energy is impalpable that you have, during those summer months, and it's hot out and you're doing stuff, you're with people having fun, and that can still have the same energy in fall. But I feel like, if you know what I'm talking about, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more subdued, reflective. There's that hint of, we're kind of coming back down the curve of something. And I think as we come back down that curve of excitement during the summer, we can look and see, okay, how did we do this year? Take stock of where we are in life. What goals did we accomplish? Did we set out to do what we did, and did we accomplish those things? Are there other things on our list that we still want to kind of hone in before the next cyclical year begins? Because I feel like life can just flash before our eyes in an instant, and it feels like nothing's changed. But allowing ourselves to look back, take note of ourselves, will really help track our progress of growth. And I think that's really important to be cognizant of, because the only way that you continue to improve and kind of know where you are in this world is if you take those moments to track it and make mental notes of, okay, I didn't do this experience, I would wish I would have acted like this and that, I did this really well, and kind of start planning your route for the rest of your year, and thus, creating goals that kind of build off of each other. Because it kind of reminds me like an English class or something, when you always need to write like a reflection on something. So you just did your paper, and your paper is the summer months. You're in there, you're doing the work, and now let's reflect on it. Why did we make those choices? Why did we choose the things that we chose to do, and how did that make us feel? This summer was the first summer that I did a lot of like adventuring. So for me, that means I took a lot of trips. I hiked a lot. I tried to spend as much time in the sun and in nature as possible, which is something that I love to do, but I felt like the past few summers I couldn't, just because of geographic and other limitations like that. So I feel like this summer I was really trying to embody that image in my head of, an explorer and going out and getting the things that I want in the world. And as it comes down off of this summer high, you can call it, as it comes down off of that into the fall months, I really want to keep that going. I've decided, keep exploring in the winter, keep trying to stay active outside, whether that's being, snowshoeing, skiing, just keeping that energy. And also I want to, do stuff that I didn't really kind of push aside during the summer. So that would be, more reading and stuff like that. But just honestly taking this time to take stock in ourselves. And that's something it's an ongoing process, of course. You should always be reflecting and doing, and kind of that simultaneous give and take of the world. But I think as fall and how it represents in our cyclical year, it is just more powerful. There's something about it. There's something about the cool air, the holiday season is coming up. You just came off of a few months of doing a lot of things and having a lot of fun, or whatever you're going through. And now it's time to, really buckle down and just kind of decompress, but know why we're decompressing and know what we want to highlight moving forward, and maybe diminish, stop this when you're moving forward and strengthen this. So that's pretty much my thoughts about fall, and how it can really just represent our journey through the year and personal journey of growth each and every day and each and every year. So I hope you guys super enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more content like this that's very reflective and just overall living in a holistic and introspective way, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and also hit the bell if you really want to be always notified of when I post. But other than that, hope you guys have a great day. Thank you all.